Imagine telling your manager that you're getting married, one of the biggest days of your life, and then checking the schedule and realizing they still put you down for a full shift. Now imagine trying to solve the problem peacefully by swapping shifts with a coworker, only for the manager to walk into the kitchen angry, telling you that's not how things work around here. But what happened the next day had everybody talking because the manager came to work wearing a ring, and suddenly the entire workplace felt awkward. Today we're talking about workplace control, communication, general differences, and why situations like this create tension between employees and management. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Gen Z versus Corporate, where we discuss things affecting our generation in the workplace, speaking about real life experiences and how we can overcome them. Okay, so let's get right into it. So according to the story, this employee was Gen Z, young worker, hardworking, probably trying to balance life, work, relationships, responsibilities all at once. And eventually he lets management know, hey, I'm getting married. Now for most people, getting married is a major life event. It's not something small like asking for an extra lunch break or trying to leave work early for no reason. This is a wedding, and from the employee's perspective, he probably believed he communicated early enough. But then the schedule comes out, and somehow he's still assigned a full shift. Now, immediately people began asking questions. Did the manager forget? Did they ignore it? Was there a misunderstanding? Or was this one of those workplace situations where management expects employees to figure it out themselves? So the employee sees the schedule and starts trying to fix the situation. And honestly, a lot of workers do this. Instead of arguing with management, instead of causing drama, they try to solve the issue quietly. So he swapped shift with a coworker. Problem solved, right? At least in his mind. The coworker agreed. Coverage was handled. Nobody would be short-staffed. And in a lot of workplaces, shift swap happen all the time, especially among young workers who believe flexibility matters. But this is where the tension starts. Because sometimes management doesn't just care about the shift being covered. Sometimes they care about control, procedure, authority, and being informed in a specific way. So while the employee probably thought, I handle it responsibly, the manager may have been thinking, you don't make schedule decisions without approval. Two completely different mindsets. And then came the confrontation. The manager walks into the kitchen. Everybody can probably feel the tension immediately. You know those moments at work where the entire room suddenly goes quiet? Yeah, one of those moments. And according to the story, the manager lets him know that's not how it's done. Now here's where opinions split. Some people are going to say the manager was right, rules are rules. Others are going to say, come on, the guy was getting married. And honestly, both sides are probably going to defend their position strongly. Because from management's perspective, they may feel employees can't just change schedules freely. But from the employee's perspective, he already communicated the wedding, he found coverage, and instead of support, he gets corrected publicly. That's the part that really changed the atmosphere because public correction hits differently, especially in front of co-workers, especially in kitchens or fast-paced workplaces where stress is already high. And situations like this can make employees feel embarrassed, micromanaged, or even targeted. Now the ring. But then the next day something happened that made the entire situation even more awkward. The manager comes into work wearing a ring. Now maybe it was coincidence, maybe it seems absolutely nothing. But according to the story, coworkers notice it immediately. And when people in our workplace starts connecting dots, the rumors start flying. Some employees probably thought, wait, is this personal? Others probably thought, nah, people are reading too much into it. But regardless of intention, the timing made the workplace feel uncomfortable because sometimes in workplaces, people begin questioning motives instead of just actions. And once employees begin feeling emotional, tension around management, trust started disappearing. But the bigger discussion, and honestly, the story is bigger than one wedding shift. This is really about workplace culture, especially the clash between newer workers and traditional management styles. A lot of Gen Z workers value work life balance, communication, flexibility, and respect outside the workplace. Meanwhile, some managers were trained in environments where rules come first, personal life stayed separate, and authority was rarely questioned. So, when those two mindsets collide, conflict happens, and social media has amplified this even more. Now, employees openly discuss micromanagement, favoritism, manager retaliation, toxic workplaces, and burnout. Things previous generations often stayed quiet about, and whether people agree or disagree with Gen Z workers, one thing is clear. Employees want to feel respected as human beings, not just names on a schedule. At the end of the day, communication matters on both sides. Employees should follow procedures properly, but managers also have to remember people have lives outside of work. Weddings, families, mental health, important moments. And situations like this can either build workplace trust or completely damage it. Now, I want to hear your opinion, guys, in the comment section. Was the employee wrong for swapping shifts? Should the manager have handled it differently? Was the confrontation necessary? And what do you think about this during situation? Coincidence or awkward timing? Comment below. And if you enjoy workplace stories, Gen Z discussions, and real life job situations, subscribe for more videos. And on a final note, guys, as I always say in all my other videos, always try to build something for yourself. Alright? Ain't nobody coming to save us. You just have to do what you got to do. Until next time. Bye.